Guys, here's a friendly reminder that China's having a little bit of an ethnic cleansing right now. In China, there's sort of a Turkic Muslim minority group called the Uyghurs. They are a minority ethnically and religiously, so they're, like I said, a Turkic ethnicity, and they worship God instead of the Chinese Communist Party. However, the Communist Party does not like having an authority set above them by some of the people they rule. So they've decided to take action against the Uyghurs. They are being taken from either their homes, their work, or at the border where they're crossing to visit friends or family, and they're being placed in government internment camps. The Uyghur people are under pretty constant police surveillance under sort of the guise of preventing extremism, but really what they're intending to do is, if Uyghurs allow their religious beliefs to, creep into their way of life, which ideally they should be allowed to, they're captured and basically taken prisoner. The Chinese government has not been very forthcoming about how many people are detained, so their sort of official estimate is 120,000 people, but some people are estimating that close to 1 million people are being held in government internment camps. People are sometimes taken to these camps for directly expressing their beliefs, but some are also taken because a family member has done so and they're associated with that, or sometimes they are taken as hostages to prevent another family member's action. For context, extremist stuff isn't like preaching in the streets. It's things like growing a beard, owning a prayer book, consciously quitting smoking and drinking, not eating foods like pork. That's what's considered extremist behavior. And the Chinese government is literally installing cameras in the private homes of people who are suspected of being Muslim. So what are these camps actually for? The Chinese government calls them re-education camps, and the basic purpose of them is to re-educate Muslims into worshiping the Communist Party instead of God. So the people who are there are required to do things that basically go against their religion. So they are required to drink alcohol, they're required to eat pork, they are required to sing hymns praising the Communist Party that are in, they're also forced to write something that people are calling self-criticism essays, which is basically these people are forced to write essays on why their beliefs are wrong, on why what they're doing is uncultured or uncivilized or dirty. People in the camps receive really inhumane treatment. The conditions are not at all hygienic, and the guards physically and verbally abuse them. And on top of that, if people refuse to reject their religion, refuse to worship the Communist Party of China, they are subjected to torture, and electroshock treatment is the thing that people who have escaped are mentioning in courts and to reporters. Lastly, because the Uyghur men and women are held in different facilities for extended periods of time, a lot of people are saying, and probably truly, that that's an attempt by Chinese authorities to prevent Uyghurs from procreating, and basically to change the ethnic demographics of China, because they think Chinese officials are trying to prevent a multiracial country. So if any of this sounds like kind of familiar to you, it should. This has happened before with pretty drastic results, and this is how it started. So I don't know why people aren't talking about this, but I'll continue to remind you about it, because this is horrible and it's important and it needs to be on everybody's radar. Also, just as a side note, China's also declared Islam a contagious disease.